Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Firm. I am your host, Alex Gore. I'm here with Lance Hair Cayko. He is our other host, co-host.
You guys want to see something really cool?
Oh, he's showing the shorts. If you don't watch on YouTube, don't.
I haven't showered, so you're seeing like out of kind of rolling out of bed, bohemian kind of hair. But that's how dedicated we are to the show.
They might censor us because of that leg show.
They might actually. It's the last of White Boy Summer, okay? Frankly,
let's get into it. If you are need to consolidate how everyone works in Revit, or streamline how you work in Revit, or produce more in Revit, go to revitrocketship.com. Take a look around. Basically, what you get with that, if you choose to, is we teach you how to use Revit, and we give you our template so that you can model like it gets built, so that everyone can be on the same page, so that you can get more responsibility, so that you can solve problems sooner in Revit. And it's been, I bet you at this point, probably 1,000 people have used it. Professionals,
1,000 firms.
Yeah. Yep. Students, I don't even know. Could be
We're
3,000.
Yeah, man. We might be on this. We might be.
It's over a decade
we're
of
wide,
six.
We're wide if you think about it. Sometimes I just see drawings on sites where I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of our title block.
Yeah.
And then I go, yeah, I guess I bought the rubber rocket ship.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And the amount of people that I've heard firsthand, who I've known for years, who have just, because we talk about architecture, it's like they'll just mention the Revit rocket ship way of thinking, and they're like, oh yeah, when I switched over. And like that's the way to do it. So go check it out, revitrocketship.com.
Accurate data is crucial, especially in today's business environment. Outdated and inaccurate data leads to turnarounds, delays, and rising costs. With supply chain and staffing issues, these costs and delays can multiply. That's why a resource like arcat.com is so important. Arcat works with manufacturers to keep their data up to date and accurate, and offers it to you easily, accessible, and free. Use Arcat's powerful search engine to find out what you need and download right there on their site without needing to pay anything or even register. So try arcat.com today. That's arcat.com. Pretty good for just rolling out of bed, 1 cup of coffee, reading a copy.
Exactly. He even texts. He's like, hey, can we do this later?
Frankly, not bad.
I go, no.
Actually we can. I went, okay.
All right.
Set up the here we are.
Good thing you asked. Good thing.
It is a good thing I asked, honestly. Yeah. I gotta, where it's like we're sandwiched in between time here. I gotta go drop off Kai for school. Al Gore's got inspections. We're rolling. Let's go.
Yep. Okay. So pull up.
NAHB. Yeah.
Yep. I thought this was interesting.
Next month, by the way, it's on. I'm joining.
Okay. Hold us to it, listeners, somehow. His email is lmc@f9productions.com.
Yes.
I actually, I think it's them. They have a good book for builders, like what to pay everyone as a builder. It's probably $34. It's probably like $20 if you join. I might get that. So this is what buyers expect to pay versus actual home prices. I thought it was interesting. If we scroll down to the graph, it basically has the on the left-hand side, 100,000, 100 to 150, 150 to 250, 250 to 350, 350 to 5 to $1 million, and $1 million and over. So the red is what home buyers expect to pay. 8%, less than 100. These are probably Appalachian people or North Dakota people.
Back in the day, I would have included Al Gore in these people, because when he moved to Colorado, he was like, what are these prices? And I go, dude, you live in mini California. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And now it's even worse.
If I look back 10 years, I'm like, oh, those were sweet prices.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Yep. Okay. Next one up, 100 to 150, about 11%. There's a blue graph in here, and it's price per square foot of homes started. In those two categories, 0. No one is building in those two categories. And essentially 20% of the population, almost, expects homes in that. I would say these are people who might not have bought in 20 years and just don't even look and aren't even aware of what's going on. So I would just discount those people anyways.
Yeah.
Now we're in the 150 to 250. About 19% of people expect that. Only 8% are getting started there. When we go to 250 to 350, it is 21% expect, and they're making 23% of homes are in that range, right?
Oh, so they're matching expectations. They're matching reality.
Yep.
Got it.
And then when 350 to 500,000, again, 21% of people are like, yeah, that's what a home should cost. They're building 35% in that range,
Yeah.
which is good. And then 500 to a million, only 16% to pay, expected to pay there, and there's 32% being built there. But what that means is that also, and then over a million, it's like 5%, 4%, doesn't matter. Is people expect to pay that, but the builders are building above those percentages. There's more, the blue bars are larger on the higher end than people expect, which means that people are then, when they're buying, are adjusting their expectations because they have to, or else they wouldn't be building those. 32% of homes being built between 500 and 99. They wouldn't be building a third of their inventory unless they're actually going to sell them in that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just it's a reality check. And this is what Lance and I do at our firm. This is what, anyways, we give them area plans and then we put square footage prices.
We give
in
them a reality
SD.
check. He could have just said it. Yeah.
Yep, in SD. No, I was going to mention everyone in the business group too is now doing that too because it's just smart. It's just a smart practice. We
Yeah.
talked about it.
You know
probably a
what?
month
I
ago.
mean, there was an email that would have delayed the start of the show and then delayed the rest of Al Gore's day that I did not send out. Where I was going to even do another reality check with this this gal I'm working with, who's sort of an owner's rep for a client down in the Colorado Springs. And I put $300 a square foot in the quick analysis, and I'm gonna recalibrate the email, and I go, I really think we should probably be at 400. Like if we think about what this getting her and I are both on the same page with this particular client, where like they want higher end stuff. Well, then I think we should the calculation needs to be 400, so we set expectations right.
Yes. How many square feet is it?
Well, that's what we're doing we're doing reverse math. They don't want to spend more than $1 million, and we're going $1 million divided by 400. Then here's what you can get.
It should be 400.
I think it should too.
It should be 400.
I think it should too. And this man's very wealthy. It makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, at a minimum.
Yeah.
I just have one more update. The market is expecting, there's prediction markets for what the Fed will do in September.
Ooh.
Basically, it's 100% that they will lower rates, and that's because of two reasons.
Oh, am I missing this? Or this is
No,
the
no,
article?
no.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Unemployment is up, and they basically had to revise their payroll over the last year and revise it down, meaning 818 jobs, 818,000 jobs
Yep.
were not added, but they said that they were added.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
Well,
And-
Kamala's got to fix the economy that was really good before she got the nomination. Sorry, I had to say it.
No.
I don't even get to thank Biden anymore.
It's priority one.
Oh.
In the future, would you? Not now. In the future. it
In
is.
the future.
And I understand. It's nothing's going to get done anyways. But still,
I don't know if I can bring myself to thank Kamala. I got to be honest with you guys.
oh yeah. Well, we'll see. Hey.
I'm still rooting for Biden. Come on, Biden.
Yeah. Just come back. Take the nomination back. But I want to give perspective because that's just a large number. 800,000. What does that mean? Well, this year, basically, they went back this year and they said that there was 2.9 million jobs created. 2.9
So far in the year?
in the year.
Okay.
They go, oh, just kidding. Fake out. Only 2.1.
Okay.
So that's basically a third. They're off by a third.
You know. Margin of error. People would get, like...
It's not even margin of error is like 5%, not 30%.
Yeah.
Not 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bullet point stuck out to me. It's like echoes. That's what's strange about the economy right now is there are echoes of Great Recession. I really think that because some sectors are moving very well. It's the smaller sectors, but some are scary, and the multifamily is scary because they can't make anything pencil, right? Single family's still going okay. especially high end, and it always usually does. Because those people just have cash. But this bullet point was the revision to the total payrolls level of 0.5% is the largest since 2009. I didn't like that.
Oh.
I don't like that echo.
Because it says 2009. Yep.
Yeah.
One other point. Inflation is quote unquote down. It's not really down. It would have to be negative for prices to go down to where you're thought it was
deflation.
normal.
Yep.
In 2020. It's at about 2.9, 3.1. In their fake numbers, it's proven like they're probably off by 30%. to be fair, because I didn't do this article, but basically it shows builders' costs for going into a house since 2000 to 2024 has increased 30%.
That's interesting. There was I wasn't going to pull this up. But now I'm going to. Let's see if I can pull up who it was exactly. Yeah, Patrick Risk. You guys should go head on over and follow.
Oh, that's cool.
This guy, so he's coming on the show.
Oh, excited.
He is very based, very, very based. And that's the reason why I had him on. Okay, cool. His post here, yeah. He says, so he's posting all the time about the housing crisis. I think it's going to be a phenomenal episode. And I wasn't going to pull it up, but now Al is making me pull it up.
Yeah.
His numbers are actually lower, and maybe I can't even find them. He's a new urbanist, which is good, but like pro capital development type of thing. Here's some posts about the election. I don't know. He had a post on here where it talked about like the 25%, something like that. There it is. Here it is. Hey, I found it. I was just ready to give up. About a week ago, Patrick says, here's a cold dose of reality. Government regulation accounts for a whopping 24% of total construction costs of a single-family home and 40% for multi-housing. And so yours was, 35? Something like that is what you were saying? But the NAHB, again, joining next month, I think they've always been around like 35% lately. Like we've read about their articles.
I'm going to keep talking.
I was looking, yeah. Patrick goes on, as we look to solve the housing crisis, one of our biggest opportunities is to get government out of the way. Overburdensome zoning ordinances and land use regulations are not helping anyone. It's time we restore the rights back to property owners and allow the market to deliver housing that is governed by simple form-based code, i.e. appropriate scale to neighborhood. I agree. We got to match the neighborhoods. So we still got to do good good urbanism.
Go.
See, and then I said, real and based. We'd love to have him on the show sometime. We connected this week. He's going to be on the show. It's going to be fantastic. And what?
Go back to the link that I had, National Association of, just go to the outline, go to the link, scroll down to the last paragraph.
Oh, okay.
I'll read it. Regulation costs can be substantial. NAHB's latest study on the topic shows regulation accounted for almost 94K cost of the average single family home. So
whatever that percentage comes from, it's a lot. Like that's a big number, right? So yeah, at what point do we say no and do we start peeling back some of this or just amending? Like there needs to be I think there needs to be a grassroots revolution, YIMBY revolution in each town of educated people who are not too far left, not too far right, kind of in the middle, in the gooey middle, where the gooey middle always seems to produce the best stuff. It does.
Yep.
And they need to start going like, I think maybe we don't need to sprinkler every house. Cool. I think maybe, what is another one? I don't even know another one.
Oh, just all the electrical updates, all the insulation updates. I mean, they're just gone too far. I haven't read this book yet, but I understand the concept. Maybe you read it somehow too. Maybe not.
Okay.
Barbarians to bureaucrats.
Haven't.
So basically, it's follows the corporations, how you start out as barbarians. You just go, work 100 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden you get more bureaucratic. And Lance and I are constantly thinking about this too. We now have a corporate manual and stuff like that.
Even us. You can't help it. You can't help it.
You can't help it.
And sometimes your staff demands it. Like you just find that your own little sort of free market space that you created, you're like, it's too free market. They need some like boundaries.
Yep.
You know?
But the thing is, if we ever get too bureaucratic and too slow,
I'm firing Al.
Al's getting fired. Al's getting fired. And besides that, then someone else, some other firm is going to take over and F9 is going to be crushed, right? But you can't do that to the government because the government's not a free market. It doesn't get replaced. So NHAB, AIA, we are the mechanism. We are the mechanism to basically reduce and streamline it, or else it's going to get so gummed up that the whole system is going to collapse.
It just won't work.
And
just won't
that's
work.
probably the way. But
It'll collapse under its own weight of regulation. Like, this is a fact.
Yep. And but so you could be nihilistic and you'd be like, hey, it's just going to happen anyways. But for me and for you, I want to be able to tell my children, like, hey, I tried.
Yeah, exactly.
I tried.
Exactly.
I tried.
Yeah. Okay, on to some really interesting positive stuff here. We've got 2 last segments. First one is 10 phrases leaders need to stop saying. I've thought this was fantastic. It's just like language goes so far, right? Using like instead of I, we, like with team language, right? Like instead of I, like we are trying to move forward with stuff. So I'm going to go through these quickly. When unsure, you could say, you know, a bad leader might say, I don't know. But a good leader might say, I'll find out and get back to you. I like to do I like to couple that one. I was telling, when I was, Nate was out here fishing a couple weekends ago, and I was explaining for me, like when you hit this maturity sort of curve in your growth, where you're comfortable saying, yeah, I don't know, but we'll find out. We'll figure it out. No problem. When late, no to I'm sorry I'm late, and maybe yes to, hey, thanks for your patience. But again, I would couple these. I'd go, sorry I'm late, but thank you so much for your patience and understanding. Traffic was just a bitch. When disagreeing,
it says that on there.
It says
Traffic's
that.
just a yep.
You read your audience.
Yep.
If there's tattoos, maybe you can swear a little bit.
There you go.
When disagreeing, don't say you're wrong. Say, you know, I see it differently. That one nearly hit me right in the heart. I'm like, I was thinking about just being in a design meeting with staff, with like either it could be staff or clients, doesn't matter, and maybe they just like, you can't get the husband or the wife to get over something.
Yep.
And you're like, you know, I don't know, I just see it a little differently.
That's a great one.
Isn't it?
That's a great
Doesn't
one.
that feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah. When helping, say no problem. Don't say no problem, and instead happy to help. I do that happy to help. I do that, and people, sometimes it freaks people out. They're like, oh, here's one I've been doing. They're like, I go, I'm happy to be wrong. And it just freaks them out. I'm like, no, I am. I don't care. I just want the solution.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong. When asking, don't say, sorry to bother you. Instead, say, got a minute to chat. That one I didn't like. You know why I don't like got a minute to chat?
Because you are on the spectrum.
A little bit.
Don't understand some subtleties sometimes.
It feels yes, a little neurodivergent over here. Because it's like the coach. It's like a coach coming in like, Al, come on, you got a minute to chat? You got a little minute. You know, it's like this. I'm pulling up the gym shorts too.
Exactly. Right. Well, you probably don't have as strong as an emotional reaction as I have when contractors say, "Hey, we got a fire." Be like,
"Oh, see, that's
I don't know. Like, is it like a real fire? We have a real fire. We have a real fire. Nope. Okay. What?
Oh, instead of saying we got a fire, say, "Hey, Al, we got a problem to solve over here. Can you help?"
Yep.
Way better.
Yep. But
no problem. Al loves solving problems.
I love it. I wonder if there's even one more step here, because you could say we have an issue, or I don't know what else you could say. I'm sure some people are screaming.
He'll think of it. He'll think of it and interrupt me in a bit.
That's what I do.
There it was. When corrected, don't say, sorry, I missed that. Say, oh, thanks for catching that. I like that. When not responsible, don't say, that's not my job. This is fantastic. Yeah. All subcontractors who are listening, which is none, but if you just in case you know a subcontractor, maybe you could tell them, maybe you point them to this part of the show. You should say, let me find the right person to help. That would be what a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. I need your help to find a solution.
There you go.
Hey, I'm working on you're working on one of my projects. You call me or one of the architects. Hey guys, I need your help finding a solution.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that would be huge.
That's even better than got a minute to chat.
Yep.
Because it's the same sort of thing.
I need your help finding a solution.
Hey guys, I need your help finding a solution over at Lucky.
Yep.
Can we chat in 5 minutes?
Yep.
Then I like the chat.
Yeah.
Then I like the chat.
Yeah. Lance, what's going on? Well, I need you to take a look into the siding and how that's terminating into the window, because right now we don't have a solution.
But then they actually get on the phone with me and I just scream. Wouldn't that be funny? I'm not a yeller. Let's see here. When busy, don't say I'm too busy. Say I can help you at a later time. Let me or like I would say, let me help. Hey, let me look at my calendar real quick to see when I can
Help you.
We can tackle that.
Yep.
Perfect. Second to last, when suggesting, don't say you should have. Say next time, let's try this. I like that. Last one, when confused, don't say I don't understand. Instead, something like, could you please explain this again?
Yes.
So 10 phrases leaders need to stop saying. I totally agree. This is just language is so important if you're a leader. Like you really, especially the don't do the I's. You need to really twist your language around and go. It's a lot more we. It's a lot more us. You know. Did you know Jen told me those are her preferred pronouns at first?
What?
By the way, we and us.
Was she joking?
She's so Midwestern. She didn't know. She moved out to California. She was like, that was my experience. Anyway. Okay. And the last thing we have here is, did it not send? Did that not send?
What was it?
Let me see if it sent real quick. I've got something really cool here. I swear I sent this in an email. And also trying to not get distracted from my emails now as soon as I see them. Yeah, there they are. Was it in that? Is it this one? Oh, okay. Yep, it is. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. We've got, this is Hacker's Magic Triangle. And he drew it in my sketchbook. When our good friend Nate Hacker, Endeavor Design, if you're looking for architects in Bismarck, North Dakota, you need to give him a look. He drew this for me, and this was his representation of the balance between cost, scope, and quality. And if you go too far to one side, right, then you're going to neglect the one, right? So if the scope increases, right, and you go from right over to left, then things get out of balance. So this is the thing that we're always trying to balance in the building environment, right? It's like, well, what are they? And that kind of goes back to the math equation, the simple math equation of what is the average cost to build this sort of typology that you're looking to build, whatever it is. It's a house, it's an office, it is a small industrial building, multifamily project, and trying to balance the aesthetics, the function, the space, the regulations, and all of the things, and still come out with a quality product. This is like the magic that like I think the good architects do, but it all starts with I think ripping off that Band-Aid right away and doing what Al is encouraging in his group.
Yep. And then this is just a little bit of an update. There's a historical triangle that's quality, cost, and time. And time has been replaced with scope, which makes sense because time is all how much time are you doing something. So you could, and it goes to construction too, because you could do something fast, and the cost might be low, but the quality sucks.
There you go. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And maybe he meant to write time. I don't know, but scope works too.
Scope works.
All right, we're in and out. Look at that. Kai's going to be on time for school. Al's going to pass his inspections today. We're going to have a great one of the last weekends of White Boy Summer. If you like this episode, you're listening on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. If you're listening on the YouTube, please leave us a positive comment. We will see you next week.